Millions of honeybees have died across the country, leaving many beekeepers and farmers in crisis.
So from pesticides to parasites, there are many reasons bee colonies can die, but researchers say they are just stumped. 13 on your side's Erin Sullivan joining us live now. She spoke with a local beekeeper who says many are suffering this season. Erin?
Good morning. Right. This mass die-off has not only impacted local beekeepers, but it's also concerning for farmers that need these pollinators to have successful crops. A project done by the Honeybee Research Organization found that beekeepers had 70 to 100% of their bee colonies collapse. Beekeepers in West Michigan also experiencing mass die-offs.
This probably isn't going to be resolved for years. It's going to be a couple of years before they figure it out. But I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't find 5 causes.
Researchers don't have answers as to why the honeybee populations are drastically declining. Kim Wood, the president of Muskegon Beekeepers Club, believes
this is just a culmination of everything happening, and we just hit this breaking point. And this is the worst thing we've seen in beekeeping in 20 years.
Wood credits her surviving colonies to the ecosystem she created at the United Way of Muskegon. There, her hives are away from pesticides and near a clean source of water.
I believe that the reason my bees here were more successful is they don't have the same pesticide load as bees in a farm field or even bees in my neighborhood where I have people who spray for mosquitoes.
But many of her hives still suffered, and she's not alone.
We're just hearing these stories repeated over and over. I lost all of my bees. My friend Gladys, who's been a beekeeper for 14 years, kept her bees north of Muskegon. She normally has about 40 hives. She only has 11.
Dying bees can also mean a loss of profits for Wood.
In the spring, in April, I take the overwintered queen from each hive, put them in a smaller box, give them some staff, and then I sell that to a new beekeeper for about $200. So I lost 15 times $200 this spring by not being able to give new beekeepers a start.
Others are also impacted. Arctos Meadery in Grand Rapids told me that honey prices have been increasing. Mache Hazelwood buys his honey locally from a beekeeper in Kalamazoo. He says their colonies have suffered too.
Honey Board puts out a price, a recommended price for honey depending on how the season went and bee deaths and all that. And so when I started buying honey, I was getting it for $1.85 a pound. It's upwards of $3.50. Some places are cheaper, some are more expensive.
And the issue expands beyond local beekeepers. With less pollinators, farmers across the country now wait to see how this impacts their future harvest.
And now there are fewer bees to pollinate watermelons and cucumbers and apples and blueberries. And so we might see the effects right in the grocery store, right at the farmer's market, because if a flower doesn't pollinate, the fruit never happens.
Now, Wood says if you want to help the remaining bees in your community, something small like planting flowers can help these pollinators this summer. In the newsroom, Erin Sullivan, 13 on your side.